With all the doom and gloom in the housing market, we're covering what's really happening in the San Diego housing market, and we're getting after that right now. Hey everyone, there's a lot of doom and gloom about the economy and the real estate market, but ultimately at the end of the day, real estate is local. So we're going to be diving into exactly what is really happening here in the San Diego housing market so you can make a decision for yourself whether the time is now to buy or sell or make an investment, whatever that might be for you. We're going to cover that here in just a second. My name is Curtis Chism with the Chism Team. My team and I specialize in helping people buy and sell homes here in San Diego. If I can help you with that, please reach out via phone, text, or email. I'd love to chat with you more about it. All right, let's dive into what is actually happening here in the San Diego housing market. And the good news is that single-family home prices stabilized this past month once again. So we are at $885,000 as the median price for single-family homes here in San Diego County. The month before was $884,000. So technically we ticked up by $1,000. So that's good to see some stabilization occurring. Now, condos are starting to fall again. So condos we've been seeing, if you've been following me along here, is that they're lagging single-family homes. So whatever's happening in single-family homes, condos seem to be lagging by exactly a month. So last month, single-family homes fell from about 915 to 884,000. Condos fell this past month to 599,500. That was down from 616,000. So almost a 3% drop in this past month. So they are lagging single-family homes. So my expectation next month is we'll probably see some stabilization in the condos, again, as they're kind of lagging single-family homes by just a month. So again, it's good to see some stabilization occurring. There's a big reason for this is that mortgage rates dropped this past month basically by about 1%. They went from 7.2 down to right around 6.2, 6.3. Right now, as I'm recording today, at 6.38%. So that's actually a pretty big savings, monthly savings, for someone that's looking to buy the median priced single-family home here in San Diego. It's about $400 a month savings from 7.2 down to 6.38, and that's a purchase price of about $80,000, what that's yielding. So that's allowing people to make those purchase prices that are allowing prices to stabilize a bit. So we'll really have to see what happens with mortgage rates as time moves on. We've seen some good news come out of the Federal Reserve saying that they're probably going to slow down the pace of increases here pretty soon. So that's really good news. And really the leading indicator of mortgage rates actually is not the Federal Reserve. It is actually inflation. We're seeing some softening of inflation occurring, and we'll start seeing likely inflation reducing even more as those inflation numbers from 1 year ago that were much higher start to drop off the data. So that should allow mortgage rates to start to stabilize, but barring any crazy inflation numbers that come out. So hopefully the Fed will stop raising rates and stop trying to clamp down on the economy and throw people out of work, because that's literally what Jerome Powell said, is he wanted to see about 1.2 million people out of a job, and that would be good news for them to see that the economy is softening. Personally, I think that's terrible to be trying to throw people out of work to rein in the economy so that everyone's stocks can go up and make more money. It's a vicious cycle that we're in, but it's the cycle that we're in and it's the economy we're in. So we have to deal with it and put on our big boy pants and move on. So hopefully mortgage rates will continue to stay stable, and that'll keep home prices stable for the time being. So the good news is that 1 year ago, the home prices were $860,000. We're at $885,000. Still up overall for home prices, but down from the peak that we were at back in May of this year at $1 million. So both single family and condos are down about 11% right now from the high that we experienced ranging from about May to June, depending on single family or condos. So what does all this mean if you're looking to buy or sell a home? Who cares about home prices and mortgage rates if you're not looking to buy or sell a home right now? So if you are looking to sell a home, what this means is you do need to price very aggressively in order to get your home sold quickly. Now, if you have an absolutely amazing home in a great neighborhood and you price it well, it's going to sell pretty quickly. Right now, average days on market are 35 days. That's up from 33 last month, up from 24 days a year ago. So last November, you were looking to sell a home in about 24 days on average. Now you're looking at about 11 days more than that. So you got to plan on that. But if you have a great home, it's going to sell quickly if you price and market it correctly. If your home is not perfect, if it is not priced correctly, if there's some issues with it, if it's not marketed well, it's going to sit, and you're going to experience price reductions. And that's what we're seeing, is actually that the current final sales price to what the original list price was is actually 95.2%. So normally what we see in a balanced market is a final sales price of 98%. So what that means is that if a home was selling for $1 million on average across the board, the home would actually sell for $980,000. Now, when we were in the insanity of the pandemic buying frenzy that was happening, list prices were actually, final sales to list prices were going for 103, 104, 107% over list price. So 3 to 7% over the list price. Now we're down closer to 95%. So that's showing a significant softening of the market, as sellers still have not come to terms with what the reality is on the ground of what prices are actually selling for. However, because home prices are stabilized, we're seeing basically that home sellers are just overpricing their homes right now. So what's going to happen is over time, home sellers will start to get the memo. They'll start pricing their homes correctly. You won't see those lower final sales to list price, and you'll see homes start to move a little bit faster, especially as we move into the spring selling season here in just a couple months, where things really start to pick up. As everyone starts to make their moves in spring and summer, they want to make their moves before the next school year starts. So if mortgage rates stay where they are, inventory is coming down right now as well. So that's not good for buyers, actually. That's going to start creating less supply, and there's still a lot of demand. As soon as we saw the mortgage rates drop from 7.2 to 6.38, boom, lots of transactions started occurring again in that little time frame, and that's what buoyed the prices as well. So I'm projecting, I think that in come spring and summer, we'll start to see some of that pent-up demand as people start to make their moves, and we'll see prices start to rise again in the spring and summer. We'll see what happens. That being said, if you are a buyer, be aware that right now is the time to strike, because you've got this window of opportunity that I think is going to last for the next 4 to 6 months, of where you can get a lot of seller concessions. You're going to be getting seller credits to cover your closing costs. Do mortgage rate buy downs as well to get your mortgage rate down and your monthly payment down, and potentially get your purchase price knocked down a little bit as well. And you don't have to waive all your contingencies like we were having to do a number of months ago, where you had to go in with no inspection contingency, no appraisal contingency, no loan contingency, and no home sale contingency. You had to waive everything to get a home. Now you don't really have to waive anything unless someone's coming in with no home contingency, and you can take down a home and buy it quickly with a lot of seller concessions. So that's what's happening right now. I think there's a window of opportunity still over the next few months. I think that's going to go away come spring and summer of next year. But to be honest, I don't 100% know if anyone ever tells you they know exactly what's going to happen in, frankly, next month, but especially from a year now, they're probably lying to you, and I would never do that. That's just my thoughts and my predictions for what's going to happen over the next year. So if you are looking to buy or sell a home, I would love to help you with that. All you got to do is reach out to me via phone, text, or email. I'll sit down with you, go over all your options, and we'll help you secure a home or help you sell your home for as top dollar as possible and as quickly as possible as well. And don't forget to hit subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you on the next video.